Hi everyone, I'm Sienna. I'm the Vice President of Student Union, and I'm here with some other reps, and we're going to show you some of the stuff that Student Union provides for students. Um, Alrighty. So I sit on the communications team on Student Union. Isha and I co-chair it, and we do everything related to graphics and just making things more transparent for students. So we have an Instagram and website. Please slide into our DMs with questions. Our website's a really great resource. We have a living handbook that has a ton of even more resources that CalArts provides and other information about us. We're also hub friendly. We post on the hub um, and have more info about us there as well. And then every semester we do a magazine, just giving you a recap of what we've been up to. It's on the CalArts main page. There's a link there. Here's some spreads, also friendly, enjoyable. And I'm gonna pass it off to Sid to talk about our misgendering initiative.
Hi guys, I'm Sid. I'm the photo and media representative on the student union, but I'm also a member of SIC, which is the Student Intersectionality Committee. We're a collective that meets with the heads of identity groups, but we also provide a safe space for all minority students at CalArts. We just recently dropped a resource called the Misgendering Report Form, where in the instance that a faculty or staff member misgenders you, we as the Student Intersectionality Committee will send an anonymous email to them through this form about the incident and why it is more than important that it's corrected in the future. It is intended to protect our CalArts trans and gender nonconforming students, but also to further the CalArts community into a more progressive and safe environment for all of the students. So I'm going to pass it to Isha with wellness.
Hi, I'm Isha. I am the wellness head, and I'm also the fine arts representative on Student Union. Last semester, we raised over $4,000 for the Student Union Basic Needs Center and Food Pantry. So this semester, we're focusing on setting up those funds and using those properly to kind of get a better food pantry up and running. But right now, we have an emergency grant, which students have been using to get money for food and other basic needs. So, and also, we're also going to try out a food pickup service at CalArts this semester, just like packed meals or groceries. So that's exciting. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Noah Monahan and I am the representative of Sustainability Committee on Student Union, and I'm a BFA 4 in character animation. We partner and are members of the CalArts Commission for Sustainability, which all students across the Institute are able to join, and we have weekly meetings to discuss what green initiatives we'd like to see on campus and what sort of progress we've made to achieve those goals every week. We meet with different staff members around CalArts to discuss how we can help better their specific departments and fields. And we organize workshops and little field trips to local gardens and sustainable businesses. This year, we're working remotely to establish or reestablish the community gardens on campus and trying to redefine CalArts' relationship to composting. And we're also working with the Fernando Tativiam Band of Mission Indians on the possibility of updating planters on campus and turning them into more of a haven for native indigenous plants.
Hi everyone, my name is Joe. I am the design and production rep on Student Union, and I am also the grants committee head because I am the Student Union treasurer. So I'm just going to talk briefly about grants committee and the type of resource it can be to you as a student. Last semester, Grants Committee granted $19,000 to the student body in just our November cycle. And this semester, we have already granted for the February cycle 23 students an amount that is yet to be seen. We're still in the process for that one. But essentially, I'm just going to briefly share how to access grants and the easiest through point for that. So just going to go ahead and share this. All right, so as you can see, I'm on the Student Union website, and right here to the right is the Grants Committee page. Grants are an accessible touch point for everyone, students obviously on campus, student to student funding in this way. It's headed by me with a committee of 5 people, and we review grants every cycle. The type of grants that we offer are métier grants and project grants. Métier grants usually meaning a mid-res, a grad thesis, equipment for your classes, such as books for critical studies, maybe some type of tripod for a class that you don't have access to the cage for, anything around that thing, art supplies, things like that. Class projects, if you need to build a model for a specific scene design class, and then gallery shows in general. In terms of the project grants, we fund interdisciplinary collaborations, student-produced events, and independent projects. And this is a very big deal, especially on campus, and a way to do projects outside of your actual class requirements. That's basically the grants. They open, our next grant cycle starts April 5th. And feel free, we just have you click this form right here once this is open, and I look forward to see your guys' applications. Thank you.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We're always creating more resources for students, and we hope these were helpful to you and you take advantage of them. And all of the links will be provided with this video.
Greetings and welcome. My name is David Braverman. I'm the Interim Director of Care and Wellbeing, and I have the privilege of saying hello to you and introducing you some very quick best kept secrets or hacks around care and wellness that we want to make sure that you have some information about. I've got 3 really gifted and talented people who are here to help with this, and will explain to you some information about some of the services that are available. Not all the services, they have full services. We're going to give you just a really quick overview of a few of them that might be particularly relevant during this time of the pandemic and our virtual learning environment. So our first person I want to introduce to you is Sandra Piero from the Health Center.
Hello, everybody. As David said, my name is Sandra. I am a nurse at the CalArts Student Health Center, and I just want to share with you a few of the services that we provide, especially by the clinic named Sam Dixon Family Health Center. They are here located in Santa Clarita. So if you live in Santa Clarita or in the area nearby, you are welcome to make an appointment with them. Their services are provided to CalArts students for absolutely no cost. They offer STI testing, birth control, and also sexual health checkups. Their services, like I said, are free. And if you need more information on that, there is a link on their screen that you can look, and you can contact them directly, or you can also contact me at the Student Health Center. We also provide for CalArts students telecare, which is a 24-hour healthcare that we provide at no cost. You can speak to a doctor with any basic needs that you may have, problems such as cold, flu, strep, bacterial infections, or any minor problems that you need. To get connected with that, there's also a link on the side screen so that you are able to contact them directly. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Sandra. So our next person I'd like to introduce to you is Melissa Shepard-Williams, who's in our counseling department.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad to be here to share with you a service that is meant to support you in making the most of your art making journey here at CalArts. Along with my colleague Liliana Rodriguez, I'm one of the counselors, and by visiting the health and wellness page of the website, you will see counseling and a link that will lead you to fill out a form so that we can coordinate schedules. I also want you to know that from Monday through Friday, we have walk-in hours or drop-in hours, and you can call the line 661-253-7874, in order to connect with us for drop-in. If you have a crisis and you'd like to speak to someone without having an appointment with one of us counselors, you can contact Protocol at 855-364-7981. We look forward to connecting with you and supporting you through this process.
Great. Thank you very much, Melissa. And the next person I'd like to introduce to you is a person who has many hats and is and several things to talk to you about. That is Kristen Acosta. Kristen?
Hello, everyone. My name is Kristen Acosta, and I'm the coordinator of Care and Wellbeing, and I'm here to talk to you about disability services, the CareForm, and the emergency grant. So for disability services, just so you know, artists can be accommodated too. So for any of our students who identify with having a disability, which can include mental health, attentional, learning, vision, hearing, physical, and systemic, or otherwise documented, are encouraged to connect with us for academic accommodations. The next item is CareForm. So our CareForm can be used to report concerns to the care team about a student who may be struggling with social, emotional, behavioral, academic, medical, mental health, or physical endangerment issues. And once a report has been submitted, our care team can evaluate that information and determine appropriate interventions to ensure that the student has what they need to navigate barriers during their time here at CalArts. So why is this important to you? Well, you are a member of the CalArts community, so that means that you are in an excellent position to spot a distressed or emotionally struggling student, whether it be you or your peer in a class. All reporting will be handled confidentially and sensitively, and most importantly, no concern is too small. The next resource that we have available to you that not many students know about is our emergency grant. So this academic school year, students can apply for our emergency grant. The funds in this grant are limited and allocated for students who have experienced an emergency, which can be alleviated by a single grant, such as funds for travel, food insecurity, or any other extreme situations, including but not limited to COVID. This does not include tuition or projects, unfortunately. And if you are interested in applying because you are in need of financial assistance, please fill out that application so that our committee can review it and get you those funds as soon as possible.
Thank you, Kristen. That was excellent. Good information. So I want to thank Kristen, also Sandra and Melissa for sharing this information. We want to know that during these times, we may have to interact virtually, but we're here for you. Yeah, CalArts does care. And if you want more information, you can reach out to me and I'll make sure your questions get to the right person. You can email me at dbraverman@calarts.edu. And I want to really thank you for your time, attention, and wish you all the success in the future.
Hey y'all, I'm Sam Crawford, your performing arts librarian here at CalArts. I'm here to talk to you today about just a few quick type pro tips when it comes to making the most of your experience in and with the CalArts library. These are things that might not be immediately obvious to you as a CalArts library user, things which may not always be mentioned in a library orientation or an instruction session, and even some things which some students, faculty, and/or staff may not even be aware of or know exactly how to navigate. So, with that said, I welcome you to join me on this very brief screen sharing journey. So everything I'm going to share with you can be navigated through the library's homepage, library.calarts.edu. And the first thing I'd like to show you or mention is under this left-hand sidebar where it says Quick Links, there is something called Research Guides. So this is one of the giveaways or secrets that I might share with you. Research Guides might not sound like something that's initially helpful, but this is actually, this features a range of subject guides, which really might help you with any number of projects or assignments during your time at CalArts. As you scroll through here, you can see that they sort of range from the very general, something like Introduction to the CalArts Library, down to more specific things such as finding funding, where to look for grants, as well as guides that are geared more towards subject or métier areas such as dance or music or theater. So keep this in mind as you're exploring the library's resources. Next up, the second thing I want to share with you is this thing called interlibrary loan services. What the heck is that? So interlibrary loan means that if the CalArts library doesn't have a certain specific item for which you're looking, in many cases, you can probably borrow it from another library through the CalArts library. There's a book I'm interested in reading called Writing to Louis Andriessen. Andriessen is a pretty hip Dutch composer. And I'm going to see if the CalArts library has this. So just put it in a search. Oh, and then I get this weird message, but it's asking me if I want to search libraries worldwide. So yes, I do. I click on this, and now I'm seeing this book featured through this vast network of connected libraries across the globe. So Writing to Louis Andriessen, Commentaries on Life and Music. Yes, that's the title of the book I want. So if I click on it, all I have to do now is fill out this very, very brief form and hit submit. And I will soon have an email in my inbox, which tells me that the item is available for pickup. So for those of you who are close enough to campus or relatively near the Los Angeles area, feel free to take advantage of this even now in the midst of the pandemic. But for those of you who are coming in for the first time or maybe able to finally be on campus in the fall, this is something to be aware of as well. Okay, third thing I want to share with you is in times when you definitely need something, the CalArts library definitely doesn't have it, but you think that we should add it to our collection permanently, that's an option too. So you can always request that the library purchase something on your behalf or on the behalf of the collection. In order to do that, again, under this quick links menu, all you need to do is find the link that says purchase request. You can click on that, and you'll notice that you can fill out one of these three forms. So if you want to request that the library purchase a book to add to the collection, whether it's an ebook or a print book, you can fill out this book request form. And likewise with music, that can be audio, sound recording, or sheet music or score. And then also with a video request form. So anything that's a DVD or filming video, streaming video or film can also be requested through this as well. The only other thing I think I need to share with you or would like to share with you today is just the fact that librarians are probably your #1 best resource in the library. So feel free to lean on me or contact me at any time with any question about anything. We deal in information daily. So if you're not sure who to ask or where to go to ask, or you're not even sure how to ask, please feel free to reach out to us. We are your people at those times. So in order to contact us, there's a variety of ways to do that actually, but perhaps the most direct way would be through this top level menu, which says About the Library, and then clicking on the subheading that says Contact Us. This is going to give you these general email addresses and phone numbers for contacts, but also more specific names of all of our faculty and staff within the library. So depending on what your question is or what your need is, you can determine to whom to best reach out based on this list. That's basically it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy your time at CalArts continuously. And if there's anything I can do to help, please feel free to reach out to me, Sam, at any point. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Hello, I'm Harmony Frederick, Director of Alumnix and Family Engagement.
Hi there, I'm Carolyn Hymas. I'm the Associate Director of Alumnix and Family Engagement.
Hi, my name is Sox Whitmore. My pronouns are they, them, theirs, and I am a graduate of CalArts, class of 2020, BFA Performer Composer, as well as an assistant to the Office of Alumnix and Family Engagement.
We're going to go ahead and introduce you to a couple of areas in which we plan programming for the Alumnix and the CalArts community. The first are programs that are focused on professional development, and the second are programs that focus on various types of community building initiatives. We host several professional development talks throughout the year. Topics are generated from the Alumnix community feedback, and they range from grant writing to marketing your art practice to learning about different business entities and more. These programs are open to Alumnix students, faculty, and staff. We also send out a bi-weekly newsletter to Alumnix and families called The Network. This newsletter is a way in which we share campus events, opportunities, and updates.
We also work with a variety of vendors such as AAA, Hotel Storm, and Alumnix businesses who offer discounts and benefits to the CalArts community. Further benefits include a Red Cat membership discount and CalArts library privileges for a one-time fee. You also have access to CalArts produced courses, including select winter session courses, as well as select professional development courses. All alums have access to the Coursera courses for non-credit through the end of the calendar year and indefinite access to CalArts Coursera offerings.
Many of the professional development programs that we focus on are designed with our graduates of the last decade in mind. And this includes our Alumnix to Alumnix Mentor program. The program is designed for Alumnix who have been out of school for a year or more, and it aims to help individuals starting their careers figure out their next steps with a fellow Alumnix who has already navigated a similar professional path. Mentors work with their mentees to increase their professional networks, to gain better strategies on how to move forward in their chosen career tracks, and to foster professional skills and growth. Lastly, we also partner with the fantastic staff in the CalArts Patty Disney Center for Life and Work on many of our professional development initiatives. Our division also focuses on many community-oriented initiatives that encourage networking and relationship building amongst our Alumnix and other members of the CalArts community via virtual and in-person gatherings.
One such program is CalArts Connect, a social platform built exclusively for CalArtian students, Alumnix, faculty, staff, and parents to connect and collaborate. CalArts Connect includes a searchable student and Alumnix directory, a professional development resource library for creatives, community news, campus updates, an events board, groups to connect with other CalArtians by interests and region, and a directory of CalArtian-owned businesses to hire and be inspired by.
A sister platform to CalArts Connect is Compass, managed by our colleagues in the Patty Disney Center for Life and Work. Compass is a fast and easy connection to employers, workshops, and more. It offers a job board for students and alums, as well as electronic access to JSTOR, a digital library of academic journals, books, and primary sources. To encourage virtual engagement, we also have an extensive CalArts social media network of Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter profiles and handles. On Facebook and LinkedIn in particular, there are thousands of alums connecting in regional and primary Facebook groups.
When safer at home guidelines are lifted, we will resume our in-person programming, and our programs consist of gatherings that are centered around creating environments for alums to connect with each other and the work that's generated within the community. Examples of such gatherings include networking mixers, artist talks, film screenings and talkbacks, attending performances together, and so much more. Thanks for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about the Office of Alumnix and Family Engagement. And if you have any questions, you may reach out to us at alumnix@calarts.edu, and that is ALUMNX@calarts.edu.